Greetings from Pastor Mark Parsons and the other members of the Truth and Love ministry team. Thank you for joining us for our Share the Light Live Giving Tuesday event. Today we are raising funds to really help us with 4 different ministry initiatives. We are seeking to raise $20,000. We've been blessed with a $20,000 matching grant. And so far, the up-to-minute total is $9,933. So thanks to all of you for your generous contributions. Just blessed beyond understanding today. If you're still looking to give, there are 3 different ways that you can give. The first is on our website at tilm.org/share. On that landing page, you can find out all different things about this day as well as give. You can call, and I think you will get one of our ladies in the office, either Danee, who's with me now, or with Cassie, who is over there right now. You can reach them at 855-770-3700. The final way to give is by text. You can text any dollar amount to 208-606-3903, and it'll walk you through on your phone exactly how to give those ways. Danee, our office manager, is here with us now, and she's going to talk to us about one of the 4 different initiatives that we're raising money for, our Utah Mission Trip Scholarship Fund. First, tell us a little bit about the Utah Mission Trips. I've never been on one of those, so maybe what I want you to do is convince me that I should go and spend a week or 2 in Utah this next summer. So what's the Utah Mission Trip all about?
So the Utah Mission Trip, just talk a little bit about it is kind of hard because it's such a big and exciting part of the ministry here at Truth Love Ministry. It's only a week, but a lot of time and effort goes into it, and it's just so impactful to the people that go. So we go over for 2 different sessions of a week, and we're over in Utah, which is an amazing opportunity to share Jesus in a mission field that's right in your backyard. You're not leaving the country or anything. And I think a lot of people are unaware that there is so many people in an area that do not know about Jesus. They've never heard anything about him. Or at least the correct Jesus. Yeah. Correct, right, right. And they don't have the gospel to say, they do not know him as a savior that has been a substitute for them, or, for all of us. And so it's very exciting to be able to go over and be there and get out and just meet people and spend time with other Christians that are there. We do the 2 weeks, and there's usually about 40 people that come from all around the country. And we spend a week, we're in a hotel, we have training all weekend long. We worship together on Sunday. Okay. And so we're prepared when we go out on Monday morning to knock on the doors of the people there in Utah. And so I know sometimes people get a little bit nervous thinking, oh, how am I going to share my faith? Or I'm not sure what I'm going to do or anything like that. And I know I was one of you, and every year we go, you kind of have to get a refresher course because it can be for some reason. Yeah, first door you knock on. Yeah. We always kind of joke around. It's like that first door you knock on, there's part of you going I hope no one's home. I hope no one's home. And you hear those, the footsteps coming, and you're kind of oh, and then by the end of the day, you're knocking on doors and ringing doorbells, and you're like, I sure hope they're home. I sure hope they're home, because you want to share, you get through that. And we do quite a bit of training to prepare everyone who's out there, so there's no need to be scared. And like I said, from the beginning of the week to the end of the week, you have our missionaries that start out being a little hesitant. At the end of the week, I don't want it to be over. I want to do this. Wonderful. I want to keep going. And so it's really exciting. So the 2 types of people that are impacted, I think, by the trip are the missionaries that are coming, that are just so excited to be able to share their faith with others. And then the second group of people that are impacted are the LDS people themselves. Yeah. It's just hard to describe what you encounter when you're over there. I mean, you can just see it. You see in their eyes. I always like, it's in their eyes. You see pain, or you see you share with them, and all of a sudden you see this glimmer of hope or this doubt, can it really be true? And it's just, it's life-changing.
Yeah,
Able to
sounds
do
like
it as a Christian. We have a saying, like, once a till missionary, always a till missionary. And it's every year, we have people that come like every year, over and over. Sometimes it's, we have youth that come, and so it's part of like a youth group. So maybe it's a one-time type of thing. But we always, tell everyone, you're part of the Till family now. And it's
Wonderful.
like a big family reunion. Everyone's so excited to see each other each and every year. We have one gal that loves it so much that there's been a couple years, because of health reasons, she can't be out on the streets walking and that type of stuff.
Yeah.
She still comes out and spends the whole week with us.
Really? Okay.
And she goes through all the training, and she has all the meals with us, and that
Just
type
to be
of
a
stuff.
part of the culture.
Just to be a part of that. And then she encourages everyone, when they go out, and then she stays there at the hotel with me, and she helps me with the logistical stuff, getting food and maps and stuff done.
Wonderful.
But it has made such an impact on her life that even though she can't share, but you know what? She is sharing with people in the lobby at the hotel. She's, just so excited about
So
the thing.
you're close to convincing me that I should go along.
Yeah.
But sometimes when people do door-to-door canvassing or cold calling like this, there's a lot of doors that don't even open. Have you found that to be the case on these mission trips, or are people pretty receptive?
You know what? They are very, very receptive. Very inviting, welcoming people in. Sometimes it's hot in Utah, like come in and have some lemonade, or they'll step out on the porch and spend time with you. Even the ones that maybe do not want to hear the message are extremely polite. Yeah. I mean, we don't hear cases where people are, slamming doors or anything like that. I think it's part of their culture. Okay. They live in a culture to where their youth, boys and girls go on mission trips. So they're sending their own children out or grandchildren out, or they themselves have gone out, and they know some of the reception that they got, and they don't want to treat anyone that way. Okay. So it is a very warm and inviting type of environment. And then to be able to share, what we know and what we're, and our confidence with someone who doesn't know and someone who is in pain.
Yeah, well, one of the things that I've heard people say about the mission trip is, even if they don't have a lot of LDS in their own community that they could go back and witness to, they might have a friend or a family member that may live in a different part of the country that they've been hesitant to witness to because they don't know how. And the way that I've heard this mission trip explained is this gives you an opportunity to go out and have those conversations with a real live Mormon that might be a little less intimidating than your sister-in-law or a friend that you've known from college. And so it provides that opportunity to do a little bit on-the-ground training.
It is, absolutely. And when you're immersed in it, it just becomes so much easier to share your faith in all levels and at all times. In fact, I have a quote here this is from a young man just straight out of high school, came over, might have been between his junior and senior year, but was over in Utah with us. I was going to share this a little bit later when I talk about scholarships, but it fits right into what you're saying. So he sent me an email a couple weeks after our Utah trip, and he had been over there for a week with us. And so he sent an email that says, I just wanted to let you guys know that I sat next to this lady who was coming back from Atlanta. He was flying to see some friends because her mom just died and she was searching for something. So I told her about your website, and I gave her Leave Behind, which our Leave Behind, what he's talking about is a piece of literature that we hand out to the LDS over there. And he still had one with him, so he gave her one. And he says, she seemed totally interested. I couldn't wait to tell you guys.
Wonderful.
So here he is. Here is a young 17, 18-year-old boy sitting on a plane by himself, traveling across the country, and he's sitting next to a gal, and he is sharing with her what he learned out in Utah.
And I can imagine that there are stories like that abound. I can think, even if someone doesn't have the opportunity to go back and witness to an LDS friend or family member, this is going to embolden them just to witness to people in general. And I've known high school and college students that have gone on mission trips all over the country where maybe they weren't willing to witness to people in their own community at first, but then they went to Georgia or Florida and came back to Wisconsin, and they were willing to witness to people in their own community. It just gives you that knowledge and that practice to be able to do it.
And I think it's one of those things like when you're doing something, repetitively, it just gets easier. You just, you do it. One thing that's really exciting though about this mission trip is one of the first years that I was out. I was with a young man, and he actually is a teacher within a church body school, and had been raised in the church his whole life. And he just says, and he goes, Danee, he goes, I have gone on, I don't know how many mission trips, and I've canvassed for church and stuff like that. And he says, and it was always with a, hey, we're having this event, come back. And in my mind, I'm thinking, and then the pastor is going to witness to you.
Yeah.
And he says, and this is putting it on me and showing me that I can do it.
Yeah.
I don't have to be a scholar in the Bible. I don't have to know more, the ins and outs of Mormonism. I just have to know what I know. I just need to know my faith, and I just share that.
Wonderful.
And so he just was just like, he just didn't expect that. So for him, it was just like a big switch for him. Just like, I don't need to bring them to someone else to tell them
I can do it
about
myself.
what Jesus did. I can do it right here.
Fancy.
Right
Wonderful.
here.
Well, Danee, you have thoroughly convinced me that I should head to
Great.
Utah this summer.
Yeah.
So if I want to go and bring others with me,
Right.
when are we going? And how does this all work?
So our dates that we have set for this next year are June 5th through the 12th. So it's arriving on a Saturday. We start training Saturday evening, train on Sunday, and we're out Monday through Friday, and then leave the following Saturday.
Okay.
And then the second group would come in June 12th through the 19th. Again, that's a Saturday to a Saturday. Those will be your travel days. In today's climate right now, we're determined. We really want to make this happen. We, unfortunately, with COVID this year, we didn't go in 2020. We had some different opportunities, and that we were able to still reach out to millions of people. I think we've already talked about that a little bit. You'll be hearing more about that. But we really want to be on the ground this year.
Absolutely.
And so we're moving forward as if that's happening.
Okay.
If you're interested or you'd like more information, then go to tilm.org/Utah, and you can fill out an I'm interested, give us your name and email, and that'll put you into an email chain with information about the trip coming out, updated information. It'll also give you you'll receive information about scholarships.
Okay.
That we offer.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about those scholarships. I know that's one of the things we're raising money for today. So there may be folks listening or watching right now that are saying, you know what, going to Utah and knocking on doors, that's not for me. But wow, this sounds like a great opportunity for my son or my granddaughter.
Right.
I know there's a cost connected to this trip.
Yeah.
How can we help defray that cost for those young people that want to go along?
So because of the cost, we stay in a hotel, and then Tilm provides a lot of the meals, and so do some of the local congregations and that type of stuff. But there's still travel expenses and that type of thing. So a few years ago, we had some very generous donors say, I want to help. I want to help the youth do this. It was mainly, it's mainly youth that we use the scholarships.
Okay.
And so we were able to impact, I think the first year was 27 individuals.
Okay.
Were able to receive scholarships to help defray their costs, and it goes towards, like I said, their hotel, their travel. We have some people fly out depending on the distance. Sometimes they get a van, depends on a group.
Okay.
We have a group that comes from Nebraska every year, and they drive the church van out, and they try, the goal is to fill the van.
Yeah.
They're still not quite there, getting it filled, but every year, they have a group come out. And so that information also you would receive by filling out that interest form at that tilm.org/Utah.
Okay.
You would get information on that. And so there's an application process and explanation on that. So
Wonderful.
Again, by signing up, you'll be getting all kinds of information about Utah. We'll try and keep you updated on how things are going, exciting ideas that we're having, what the theme is. We try and encourage people to get on the website and learn read some of the articles, because when we are witnessing with the LDS, we do want to point them to our website, beperfect.org, so that they too can continue on after we're not there, but they have a resource to go to.
Wonderful.
To continue learning and pointing them towards the Bible. And
wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited, and I hope there are others out there that are interested in joining me in Utah this summer, June
June 5th through 12th or June 12th through the 19th.
Okay, wonderful. So I believe that we have a few testimonials from people that have gone on that trip. I just want to put those up on the screen real quick, just so you can hear straight from people that have been on the mission trip. But first, I see going across the bottom of the screen now that we have broken the halfway point in our funding appeal today. So we have raised $10,009 so far, thanks to those that have contributed even during the last 10 minutes. So let's see one of those quotes, please. Jessica, thanks for sharing that incredible story with us. So again, you can help share the light by participating in this mission trip scholarship fund that we're really excited about.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the really unique things that Truth in Love Ministry does. A lot of the work that we do is online through social media, and this is one of the ways each year where we're on the ground, really talking face to face with Mormons. Just an exciting opportunity for all of us to grow in our faith as well.
And again, like you said, it's just one of those things that it's not for everyone. And sometimes, health issues or whatever that people may want to, but they're unable to. But this way they're funding our youth to come out, and it changes them. I have another quote that I received, and it's fun because I hear from the teenagers once they go home. They'll send me stuff, and I had another quote. It's from someone. It was about a month. This was still, so it wasn't like
the day after.
Yeah,
they were still thinking about it.
Yeah, a month after they had been out to Utah, and she sent me an email that just says, "My faith has strengthened so much. I just love telling people about Jesus."
Isn't that the truth, though, that every time we get to share our faith with someone, we get as much back as we give out. And every single day I have the opportunity to study God's word and then to share that word. And I'm so thankful that I have that opportunity, and I just want other people to get that opportunity as well.
Absolutely.
Folks, thank you for joining us. We're going to show you one more video clip from one of our Utah missionaries, but we'd encourage you to join us back here again at the top of the hour, each hour until 5 p.m. this evening. And then from 6 until 7, we'll be back on again for a whole live hour of final interviews. Thanks again to Danee and for all of you for joining us. We'll see you again in a few minutes.
My name is Jody, and I want to talk about the Truth in Love Ministries. I was not as aware of the mission until I took a group of 11 high school students to go door to door, and it was one of the most fulfilling things that I've ever done. My kids still talk about it. They've graduated, but they've gone on to be missionaries in other places too. We were delightfully recipients of a scholarship that was given to us that was totally unexpected, which made our life a lot less stressful, raising funds to get out there. The Truth in Love Ministry has a relational approach rather than an attack mode, which sometimes we find in some Christian mission work. And I just love the relational approach that they have. It was so friendly, so easy as the missionary going door to door, but also easy for the people to receive the information. There's no stress on either end, so it was really appreciative. Long-term relationships, not so much in one-to-one with people that we spoke to, but with people within the Missionary Society of Truth and Love Ministries. And my kids, we've kept up and we have those memories with each other. Anyway, just wanted to let you know how I appreciated the growth of the kids that went door to door, the growth for me with the kids, the growth for me just being able to speak about my faith. That was really just a blessing all around. So appreciate it. Thank you.